Hello, people, and welcome to the Old Guy in the Club podcast. I'm the Old Guy in the Club. That is Robert Zilla from sunny San Diego, California. What was that? Who used to do that? Who used to do that?
I have no idea. I just
like a 60s game show host.
Absolutely.
And that down there, Neil Jackson, New York City's newest resident.
Who's also going to do a salute.
No game show host has ever done that.
I don't believe that. So anyway, first things first. I mean, we have a jam-packed show today. But we're going to talk about the fact that I am fully vaccinated first.
Actually, you're not. You have to wait 2 weeks.
Oh, stop.
You do.
Zero chance.
You do.
Zilla, let him know.
You got to keep
of course I know. Of course I know. I'm not a moron. I know what I just got myself into.
Let this little rookie know.
So, good evening, Claudia and Hannah girl. Why would I call her Hannah? See, I'm not feeling well. Obviously, I've never called Jen Hannah in her life. But I am fully vaccinated. I got my second. Apparently, I'm not fully vaccinated, according to these two guys, Doctors Zilla and Jackson. Dr. Jackson. But I got my second shot yesterday, and I felt totally fine. Literally nothing wrong at all. I still don't feel sick or anything like that, but just tired. And it just hit me a couple hours ago. I actually took a nap, believe it or not. Like, I haven't taken a nap in like a while. But Claudia, I got it yesterday. I got my second dose.
It's usually the second day that it kicks in.
I didn't realize that. And then yesterday, Romeo, who we all know, was telling me he got it 24 hours later. And then I texted Zilla, I don't even know what time today, and I said, hey, am I out of the woods yet or something like that? Like, if I don't feel sick? And he was like, yeah, no. And then it caught up to me just as I was leaving work, probably around 2 o'clock, so 3-4 hours ago.
Let me ask this question: Are you Team Moderna or Team Pfizer?
I am.
Or are you the other guy?
Well, he would get a shot if he was the other guy.
He strikes me as the other guy kind of guy.
Yeah,
I wish I was Team Johnson E. Johnson.
So you're going to be dealing with fear of a blood clot right now?
Yeah, let me tell you something. I can't even hit like a 6-1 parlay. Never mind 6 people out of 7 million getting a blood clot. I ain't gonna be one of those 6. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
Team Pfizer. From what I hear, the people that took the Pfizer had less side effects. I don't know if it's true. That's what I've heard. Who knows?
Pfizer's made some pretty life-changing drugs, if you really think about it. I think that they're responsible for Lipitor, which is, the leading cholesterol medication in the world. And of course, Justin, as an old guy, you'd know this.
Of course.
Pill. Pfizer brought us, and by us I mean you, the little pill.
I got 2 kids. There's no. I have proof.
That's good. All right.
Yeah. No, I feel good. I'm glad I did it. Obviously.
You feel like relieved, like you felt like you got just like something checked off your list. Was there any type of emotional component, or were you just like, all right, cool, I'm done, moving on?
There was emotional component the first time. When I went in, I was actually a little anxious. Like I was a little uneasy. When I went back this time, I'm so busy that I didn't really stress about it. I woke up super early, so maybe that had something to do with it. Like that I was nervous about it, but I don't think. I think I was fine. I mean, I got there. It was like a nice lady. She was like, gave me the shot. And I just sat there for 15 minutes and then I left. I wasn't, it was kind of just like, I started something, too late to turn back now, and then I was just done.
You can't half-vax it. So is it a...
Never half-vax.
Yeah. We half-ass this show, but we don't half-vax it.
That's right.
So was it a drive-up clinic? Was it a walk-through clinic? What was the vibe?
Drive up. Very cool.
There's a drive up?
Oh, yeah, I didn't get out of my car.
That is so wild.
So
that's, when you get outside of New York, life is easy.
Yeah, because it's not just one giant traffic jam. For example, go ahead, Neil. Sorry,
I just want to know how many people Ubered there.
That's an interesting question.
I don't know. I didn't take a poll.
But that would, I would end up taking a yellow cab.
The guy in front of me drove in a U-Haul van, so I thought that he was bombing the place and I was going to be dead. That was the only anxious part of my day.
Jesus.
Well, who drives a U-Haul van to
people that are moving?
Yeah.
Not really. So that was my day yesterday, and I was like,
I gotta tell you, Neil and Justin. So Jen is okay with me talking about the fact that she's actually got her shots done, and hers were done at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Now, the Del Mar Fairgrounds are home to the Del Mar Racetrack and the San Diego County Fair. So imagine this: you pull up, they've got people that are just, these people are born to direct traffic. They know what they're doing. So they move you through the different stations, and then you pull up into a station where they check you in, get all your medical record info, whoop-de-woo, make sure they verify who you are. Then they move you to another station. Nurse walks up with a computer on wheels, double, triple checks everything, administers your vaccination. Then they put you out to a parking lot. They put a timer on your windshield in a Ziploc bag until your 15 minutes are up. But here's the best part. When you're leaving, they've got drive-up concessions from the fair. So
that's amazing.
You can get kettle corn, or what's that? Cotton candy, rather. Kettle corn, smoked turkey legs, like all the things that you would normally get at the fair. Funnel cake.
Oh my God. I would kill for that right now.
Was the guy that dips anything, there's the guy that deep fries everything there?
Chicken Charlie. No, he was not there, but he's set up at the Grossmont Center Mall. But honestly, I'd go for a third shot just to get some funnel cake.
I mean, give it 6 months, and it sounds like you're going to have to anyway.
Yeah, it sounds like you're going to need a booster.
Yeah.
So I was like super prepared for this, right? So, they said, take a couple Tylenol and be super hydrated, So I was like, why don't I just get an IV before I go? Get a little IV treatment, get super hydrated. So earlier in the day, I texted my personal physician, the gyno doctor.
Your personal,
and I said, hey. And I didn't have any Tylenol. And they kept saying Tylenol. So I said, hey. Like, I only have Aleve. Is Aleve okay, or should I just go buy Tylenol? He's like, no, Aleve is better. I'm like, oh, okay, great. So then I said, well, I also have an IV appointment. Is this overkill, or would this really help me? And he goes, it's overkill. And he goes, and then he writes, and I also have one other piece of advice for you. And I go, yes. He goes, stop being a pussy. So that was my doctor.
And he's a guy.
If anybody would know,
fitting advice from a gynecologist.
He's like, he takes his glasses off. He goes, "You look familiar.
I've seen you before.
You look like a pussy."
Oh God!
First one I've ever seen.
I've seen your kind before.
Can I say hello to some friends in the chat room? So we are, we want to say hi to Claudia, Lisa, Jenna. Hi, welcome back. And, of course, my sister, Jen, KG, hello. J. John, what up? Jen is saying she will not take a third shot. She refuses. Gentlemen, how do we feel about boosters?
Hell yeah.
It's like I already jumped in the pool, like, going to keep swimming. I don't want to get out. I don't know if that was a terrible analogy, but
or not. Yeah, I'm all about it.
I'm all for it. I mean, I'm more than halfway there. So
it doesn't matter to me as long as the chip in my arm doesn't mess up my Wi-Fi. I'm okay.
They can follow me.
Back.
They're just gonna be
I don't. Yeah,
and bored.
I was saying this morning. I wish they put a chip in my arm if it would help me my life in any way. Like I don't care. Like I don't do anything that would warrant like anyone giving a shit at all.
Yeah. Great. Neil's going. He's making a break to Trader Joe's.
Neil's grilling more chicken. Oh my God! What a freak!
There he goes to the post office. And now he's back.
Shopping list at Trader Joe's. Neil's going to Trader Joe's. Awesome. Can you pick me up some of the maple almonds? Also, what is their version of Oreos? The JoJo's or whatever they're called?
Yeah. But what is this? Cookie what is it? What is it? Speculoos ice cream?
Oh, yeah.
He is in that aisle. Good man.
Full
Okay, so if you were here last week, and obviously all of you were, because we only have the same people every week, and thank you for that, because without you guys, we wouldn't have a show. Well, actually, that's not true, because this is the podcast world, and we could just have a podcast. But it's way more fun with you people here.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so if you were here last week, you remember I was having a meltdown on my basketball card that I sold. So to give you the resolution or lack thereof on this card, here's what happened. I sold the card, $6,988. Okay. Eventually, it popped up back in my account, showed as sold. Now, as I mentioned I forget where I mentioned it. It might have been here, Neil. It might have been on your show earlier this week. The guy, I kind of know the guy a little bit offline. Well, not offline, but off eBay. I kind of know him through Instagram and kind of the community of people that buy cards, right? So he's kind of a known guy. So he reaches out to me separately. He says, "Hey, can we do this transaction offline?" I'm like, well, yeah. I save on the eBay fees. He saves on tax, right? The guy totally flakes. Totally flakes.
He did?
Yep. Scumbag.
Yes.
What a
So
douche.
then I make a second chance offer to the first loser of the auction. Never replies to me. So now, rather than just selling the card in its current state, the card is now with PSA, which is the grading company. So the card will receive a grade. And if it gets a good grade, meaning a 9 or a 10, hopefully we can sell the card for more than we did the first time, because it's been verified as, the condition has been verified at that point. But
now,
yeah, go ahead, Neil.
How much does it cost to get? I was in a conversation with somebody else, and they were like, "Yeah, but that costs a lot of money to get it graded."
Well, it didn't used to, and there are different levels of graded cards, right? So if you have like a random card that you want to get graded, you have to submit it in bulk. It typically is in the $25 range.
Okay.
In bulk or per card?
Per card.
Oh.
But as the values of the cards get higher, there's different service levels. And they're different turnaround times based, and the price is based on how fast you want it and the value of the card once it's graded. So I had to send the card in Super Express, which is a level, and that card cost me $300 to grade. And I should have it back in around 10 days.
So let's say it's a 9 out of 10. What do you think that you can get for it?
Well, if it's a 9, but let me say this to start, and this is probably super boring to everybody, but I'm going to answer the question. So the problem here is it was a new product. So you always get the most amount of money right when the product comes out, right? So the price I got for it at $7,000 is probably, if I sold it right now, I don't know what I would get. It could be $5,000 or $6,000. But let's say whenever you sell something, if you get a 9 on it, you're going to get a bit of a premium, maybe 10% or 20% higher than if you just sell it raw, which is not graded. If you get a 10 on it, it could be exponentially higher. So my guess is I could probably sell the card raw right now for $5 to $6 grand would be my guess, raw. If it was a 9, I'm guessing I could sell it for $6 to $7 grand. Okay? If it's a 10, I think I could sell it for 12 to 15 grand.
Oh, goddamn.
Right. Now, the problem is I don't think it's a 10. After using this, I have a I don't know what you call it, a big magnifying glass. I inspect it myself. I think there's a 10 to 15% chance, 15 to 20% chance it's a 10. I think there's a 75% chance it's a 9. And I think there's a very slight chance it's an 8. So I don't think it's an 8. I think it's a 9. Solid.
So you would say that 8 or below is about the same as it doing it raw. Hey, Tim.
No, 8 would be less, actually. But what you can do is you crack the case and you take it out.
Ah.
But if someone's a good buyer, like they do this, it's a serial numbered card. So they can look up that card and they'll know that it was already graded at 8. So they won't buy it. Or they'll buy it at a reduced price if they just want it for their personal collection.
All right, so this kind of has something to do with it, but kind of doesn't, but kind of does. Dude, I'm going to tell you. My sister, who's in the chat room, is rather superstitious in a good way. And she's saying if you manifest it, you will get more. If you believe it's a 10, just believe it, you will get it. Justin, so help me God. My sister, at the beginning of the year, had me reciting this. Ching, ching, ching goes the money tree. And every time it ching, money come to me. It all flows in so abundantly from the top, left, right, and under me. Wave, wave, wave. I'm a money wave. Money flow, money made. Flowing in and out, plus money saved. Debt, debt, debt. All debt is paid. I got to tell you, bro, Neil, Justin, I've had a really good money year this year. I'm not trying to say, like, this manifestation stuff kind of works. And while I'm telling this to you, I just got another email that another thing of mine just funded. So I'm telling you, good energy, putting that out. So you just need to put that out into the universe, manifest it, believe it, see big money on that card. It will come to you.
Oh, God. I need that now.
Zilla, I hope you're right.
Wait, what got funded? You don't have to tell me the exact thing, but what is it that what are you doing that's getting funded?
A grant.
Oh.
What? Timmy wants to say hello, you guys.
Hi, Tim.
You can talk. They can hear you right here.
Hi.
Hi, Tim.
Hey.
This is my second conversation with Timmy today.
Oh, you talked to Uncle Zilla today?
I can't hear.
No, I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this
You're
morning
lucky.
over Cheerios.
Sweet. Everyone's saying hi in the chat.
Hi.
All right. So wait, what did you get funded? I don't know if you answered Neil or if you blew him off.
Grant. One of the grants I've been working on.
Awesome.
I just got an email saying it was approved.
Yeah,
So,
I got one as well. It's very small.
Okay.
I'm waiting on.
Right?
I am waiting on PPP for white label. I am waiting on 2 idle grants.
Okay.
Waiting on 2 idle grants. I'm waiting on 2 idle loan raises.
Okay.
And I am waiting for shuttered venue to open.
I thought it was.
Justin, ching, ching, ching goes the money tree.
Can you text this to me?
Yes.
I mean, it's
I
got to
will-
be written down somewhere, right? I mean, there's no way you just learn that without reading it.
Jen will text it to you offline
Okay.
or in the middle of us doing the show.
Okay, awesome. So I mean, look, crazier things have happened than this card getting a 10. That would be great.
But you
I'm
don't think
partners
it's
with my
10.
brother on it. It would be so much fun. I would love to and we're gonna. You know what we should do? We should open it live on the show, and sweat it and pull it out slowly.
Of what the grading is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think you can handle that. That's the thing.
Who?
You.
Sure I can, because right now I don't think it's a 10. So,
But what if it comes back as a 6?
if it's an 8 or below, it doesn't matter.
Kind of like my dating life.
If it's 8 or if it's an 8 or below, I just crack the case and take the card out. If it's a 9,
are cards graded like the way that people grade,
yes,
she's
yeah.
there's
There's
8, so she's like a Des Moines 10.
well, there's 4 criteria. There's the edges, there's the corners, there's the surface, and there's the centering. So
I could just see
Yes.
it. It's like I wonder if the guy that grades it gets treats and stuff. Sort of
that's the
like a
funny
door
thing.
guy at a
It's-
nightclub.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean they keep them anonymous, so you can't do that. But it's all very it's very subjective. So I mean, I have 2 cards here. One's a 10 and one's a 9. You can't really see that.
Are those Pokemon cards?
They are.
All right.
This one here is a 10. This one here is a 9. This one here is worth probably $1,100. This one here is worth $300. Different card, very similar values. So,
Interesting.
yeah, it'll be fun to see. I mean, look, it's not the end of the world either way, right?
I don't know, man. After that PayPal thing,
What PayPal
Zilla,
thing?
you should have seen it. You should have. The eBay thing.
Oh yeah.
That was all going down while I was on the show with you guys last week. So I was witness to Justin's meltdown. And then I had the benefit of being able to check right out and go about my evening. It was great.
And I was stuck dealing with dead silence.
Also great.
Hold on.
Oh yeah.
I was like, are you kidding me?
So okay, we're gonna move on here.
Moving on.
So, I ordered some BRL coffee,
Yeah, you did.
a 2-pound bag,
A 2-pounder. You got pounded.
2-pounder. I got
Old guy in
double
the pub
pounded.
is brought to you by BRL Coffee Company.
Get pounded.
Get pounded.
We are.
BRLCoffeeco.com.
So, as you guys know, I like my Keurig. It's easy. I'm normally running around like a maniac in the morning. Look, if I had all the time in the world, like a DJ, I would I'd make myself a nice coffee every morning, right? I don't have time for that. So I normally have my Keurig, but my coffee came in. I was up a little early on Monday, so I said, you know what? I'm going to make some BRL coffee. Oh, and as my roommate is leaving, she just yelled over here that your coffee is yummy, Neil.
Yes.
Way to go, roommate.
And how do I not get a comment on my Facebook comment earlier? How do I not get anything for that?
Wait, what? Which one?
Your post about you needing a roommate and me saying you can have mine.
Oh, I haven't even checked my Facebook. I haven't even checked it yet.
But anyway, yeah, I poured myself a cup today, but then I had to run. I had a big thermos full of it, but I had a cup that I was going to drink, and I had to run, so I gave it to Jamie, and she drank it. She said it was great. I get the coffee. I scoop out the beans, and I don't know how much to put. When it's in ground form, I know how much to put. I don't know if the beans are the equal, same exact scoop size or whatever. I make
Tablespoon.
I make
per 5 ounce, 5 or 6 ounce.
Oh, okay. Wait. I give up. So, I make the coffee, and for whatever reason, it doesn't like fill up all the way. It just stops. And so there was fucking coffee grounds everywhere when I had to clean this shit up. It was a coffee machine. It wasn't BRL coffee. Because I hadn't used it in a while. I don't know. I guess I should have like ran some hot water through it. I don't fucking know.
Maybe
So anyway, I had to clean this entire goddamn coffee machine. There were grounds everywhere. There's still grounds everywhere because I'm not the greatest cleaner. But you know what I did? Instead of just saying, you know what, I'm already fucking late. I have to just get a little Keurig and get out of here. I did it all again,
There you go.
and it was delicious, of course.
That's commitment.
Wait, hold on. But you said something. You said something in my chat about 3 anxiety attacks.
Oh no, that was just me joking around. That it's strong.
Oh, I was like, you clearly drank way too much. But it was good.
Okay, it was great.
And is it
Delicious.
enough?
What do you mean enough?
You were like, I drink like 50,000 cups per morning.
What I've been doing is I make 10 cups, like in the coffee pot, like the line number 10.
Yeah.
And I put that in a thermos. And when I say thermos, I think of like the old school guy on the
Where you
construction
screw
site
it?
where he takes the top
cup?
off and he pours it into it. Yeah.
I used to love those. They in the
Yeah.
lunch pails, they would also have those. As a
Exactly.
kid.
Yeah, 100%. So I make 10 cups and I put it in that, and I normally hit the road with that, and I drink it. And the last couple of days, I've had to like not drink the entire 10 cups. I've left a couple in there
From BRL Coffee?
from BRL Coffee, the only
Boom.
place to get coffee. I think I like Closer better than the Kiss of Life.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're on opposite sides of the spectrum. You're on light. Kiss of Life is light, and you like dark.
Yeah. I wanted to try the light. So, what else here? What else we got? What do we want to
I was
talk
kind
about?
of fixated on lunchboxes. There was nothing better than, like, you guys remember, like the first day of school and the days leading up to it. You'd go back to school shopping, so you'd be out with whomever took you back to school shopping. And one of the two most critical decisions you would make in elementary school are your shoes and actually there's 3: your shoes, your backpack, and most importantly, your lunchbox.
Yeah.
The backpack had to have all sorts of pockets, lots of pockets on top of pockets,
Yes.
and with zippers. And if you had Velcro, then you were rich.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys remember like your lunchboxes at all? Like, did you have a favorite lunchbox growing up?
God, I had a
No.
Batman one. I had a Scooby-Doo one. I think the Batman one. I was like a hardcore Batman kid. I think the Batman one.
I remember one of my first ones was actually a Happy Days. A Happy Days lunchbox. Like, it had all the Cunninghams on it, the Fonz. Hey!
Was Ralph Mouth on it?
Nah, he was an ancillary character back then, man.
Hey,
That guy-
Claudia.
That guy didn't get
That is
nearly-
very cool, by the way. Very cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Claudia in our chat room saying, I have my late husband's tin lunch pail with the thermos still in it. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So I had to do some actual agency work this week.
What?
Yeah, imagine that.
Did you close
So-
my deal?
No,
No?
I didn't know I was supposed to be still working on that.
Thanks, Justin. Jesus.
Oh boy, great! I have 2 people mad at me in the chat right in the stream right now. So anyway, so I had to send an itinerary to our friends over at Daylight in Las Vegas, and I literally screwed it up like 3 times. Like, I'm not even, and it's the simplest thing. And it was like I was laughing. I said to Brianna, who's the woman that we work with, I go, I thought this was just gonna be like riding a bike. Apparently not. and then I was chatting with our other good friend Padram at Vegas, and I told him that story, and he was dying laughing. He's like, dude, like everything was messed up today. Like when I was working, I'm like, yeah, no one knows what they're doing anymore. So yeah, it's just funny. Like everybody's been doing nothing for like a year. Like the simplest things. I didn't even remember. One of our DJs, we kind of split up who invoices this one venue. Not this one venue, but there's certain venues that his team invoices and there's certain venues that I invoice. And I couldn't even remember who was supposed to invoice this guy. Now, luckily, it was straightened out, but like, it's amazing all the stuff that like I just kind of you take for granted if you do it every day, and then you don't do it for a year, and you're like, wait, what? Like, what just happened? So yeah, but it feels good to like kind of get back into it.
Wait, are they reopening Light?
Not Light. It doesn't look well, not yet. I don't know about Light, but Daylight's open. So Romeo, E-Rock all play in Daylight.
Are they bringing in performers?
They're going to, yeah. They're working on some stuff for like Memorial Day weekend. They'll make announcements soon. I think it's kind of full steam ahead. And then Resorts World opens in June, and once that happens, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, might have to visit Vegas.
Yeah, how about EDC?
No EDC.
No EDC.
I'm being so sarcastic right now.
Yeah, what did they move it to October or something?
Yeah,
I don't understand how no EDC, but yet it's full steam ahead for Vegas nightclubs.
Apparently, the governor's office had said that they are going to require more. How they put this? Like
I think they wanted 60% of. I think they said 60% of the population of Clark County vaccinated, and at the rate that they're doing vaccinations, they didn't know if they'd be able to do it. It would be like borderline, so they had to make the call, and they just decided to move it.
Yeah.
So
that is crazy.
Yeah, but, Jen brought it to my attention last night, but Pasquale was getting flambéed on his social media feeds. There are folks that were not happy, and you have none of us know what's really happening. I think everybody kind of approaches reopening with the best of intentions, and shit happens.
Do you think Pasquale doesn't want to put on EDC? You think he doesn't want to make millions and millions of dollars? Like, come on, idiots, stupid fucking people in this world.
I'm so sorry that your non-refundable $39 flight to Vegas on Spirit
and your fucking pink tutu that you paid for, you can't wear it now.
I'm sorry that your drug dealer is going to be out of pink Tesla Molly that you may not be able to get in October. But let me tell you, it'll still be back in October. So I will give him credit. Dude was up until all hours of the night, like trying to respond to people that were coming at him rather, I don't know, they're coming hard. And he's responding back with like kindness and empathy, like, hey, I'm sorry. We kind of shit the bed on this. We worked our asses off to make this happen. We didn't see this coming. We're going to make it up to you. If you want a refund, you can get, like, unlike WMC and Ultra, you can get your money back right now, as was part of it. Like, if you're just no longer down for this, instant refund. Or if you want to wait till 2022, if you don't want to do an October one because it's going to be a little chilly and you want to wait till next year, we got you covered there too. Whatever you want to do, we've got you covered. I mean, I don't know what else people could possibly ask for.
People are assholes.
They want more.
This guy basically is one of the people that created this whole scene.
Yes.
And he lives this culture, right? He's not a poser. I don't know if people still use that word, but
They
he's like
definitely don't use that.
well, old people do. And you know what? For me, October in Vegas sounds way better than May in Vegas to me. I'll tell you that
Oh,
much.
hell no. October?
What?
It gets so damn cold in the desert. What are you talking about?
You are out of your mind.
No,
in
you
October,
are.
it's 70 degrees, 75 degrees, 50 at night. Who cares?
50 at night?
And this is the part in the show where Rob Zilligan pulls out the almanac.
Oh, God. It might even be 60s at night.
50 degrees. That is, that's
So,
cold.
gentlemen, would you believe that there is nearly a 40-degree swing between daytime highs and nighttime lows during the month of October?
Yes.
October will see highs in the mid-80s, but lows in the mid-40s.
That's awesome.
Mid 40s.
Yeah.
You've
Just wanna remind
lost
you-
your mind, dude.
That is big guy weather right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been to EDC?
I have been to EDC.
Dude, zero. There will be zero jackets worn by any candy ravers. Pretty much 90% of the females.
Who cares?
Okay.
It's like, how did
It's what Justin likes. That's what it is.
Yes. That's all it is.
Yeah.
We know that.
It's like, how did Samantha die? Oh, she got pneumonia at EDC.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
well-
You can't get pneumonia when it's 48 degrees out.
While shuffling through the
Can
desert.
you?
Yeah. Of course you can.
Dude, it's
believe that.
40.
Oh,
All of
my
a
God,
sudden-
Neil.
They
Okay,
save
Neil,
up-
you know what, Neil?
save
I'm
up a
pulling your
COVID
New York
outbreak.
card. You are not a New Yorker, Neil. Just if you think 48 degrees is cold, you are not a New Yorker.
No, it is cold, and I dress accordingly.
But I think that's Neil's point, right? Like 48 degrees is go from point A to point B weather. It's not be outdoors at a festival for 14 hours. Like
You'd rather be hold on.
This could help the porta potties, I'll tell you that. Because they're not
You
going to
would
smell
rather-
like they would in the heat.
You would rather be outside at 100-degree weather than 48 degrees.
I like the cold. I'm okay with it, personally. I just don't know how other people are going to gravitate towards it.
Yep.
Like,
I'm not going to a rave with my jacket on. I'm not.
or as
Oh, my God. You wear a hoodie every day of your life.
No, I'm saying for a raver, they are not going to any raves with any.
Yes, they will.
Any-
They're going to wear
they're not.
a fur vest and some, what is they called? Jinko jeans? That's what they're going to wear.
No, nobody wears Jinko jeans anymore, dude.
Oh, they're coming back. They're coming back. Neil, they're coming back.
They ain't coming back.
And as my sister just pointed out in the chat room, Jen, thank you. Dude, if they roll in, they overheating anyways. I mean,
Yes.
folks might be doing them all a favor.
I
They
think
ain't
they
doing
should change it to October every year. So, Neil, speaking
What's up?
of your New York card getting pulled,
My New York card isn't being pulled.
it is.
It is. not.
If we took a real poll on my Facebook post, it would be a very lopsided poll.
Yo, so first off, I was debating.
I want to know
on
what you were going to
stirring the-
say. I know. I want to know what you were going to say.
I was gonna stir the pot then, but I was looking at every single person 2 days ago. 2 days ago. I didn't check yesterday when we were talking about it, and I didn't check it today. About 80%, 85% of the people that said A, either one, never lived in New York, two, lived in New York
What?
and moved out. Fucking
No.
Lucky Lou
No.
said A.
Who gives a shit what Lucky Lou says?
And then
Love
I
Lucky Lou, but
clicked on every single person who commented, and I'm like, okay, where do they currently live
You
right
don't even
now?
know these people. You
I
want me to pull
don't,
up?
but
You
it
want me to pull it up?
shows where they're
That's
at.
it. I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up. Jesus. That was a great picture I found today, by the way. Is that lady like an old Asian lady? I can't tell. Because she is definitely raisined. I know what you guys like to say, but Okay, here it is. All right. 87 comments. That's big for me, guys. I'm kind of an influencer. Okay. 87 comments. I'm going to tell you how many New Yorkers that still live in New York. 1, 2, 3.
And we're not including New Jersey because that's a whole nother thing.
No.
Because I saw Marco Painter wrote something on there too. And I was like,
I was just my 5 when I put my finger up like that was Marco. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Now I got to now we got to go check the credibility of this.
That's funny. 5, 6, 7. 8.
That was a reluctant 8.
9.
Yeah, it was.
10, 11, 12, no, not 13. Forget. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because it's 90 comments. But I'll give you that some of it was,
A lot of it was. A lot of it.
I don't think we're being fair to the chat room because I think you need to pose the question as to how it was framed on your Facebook page and allow the chat room, since they're here, to also voice their opinions. Because we're kind of talking about a subject that all three of us know what's happening, but unless they were privy to that post, we just spent 5 minutes talking around them. They have no idea what we're talking about.
Go for it, Justin.
Okay, I'm going to read my post. It says, I need some help settling an argument for me. What do you consider a real New Yorker? ? Or who is more of a New Yorker? ? A, someone who was born and raised in New York and moved away, or someone born somewhere else and moved to New York and has lived there for a while, 10 or 20 years. This jerk, Neil Jackson, doesn't want to listen. That was my post.
Yeah. And everybody said, a lot of people were saying A, if you were born and raised there.
What I was more proud about, I'm not proud of anything. What I was more happy about was that a lot of the comments were from people not from New York and they were saying A. That's what was making me happy. Now, I'm not going to say that you don't like rep New York. It's hard for me to call you a New Yorker, but you are totally New York. I'll give you that. But if you put a New Yorker born and raised wherever they live now and a transplant from 20 years side by side, I don't care how New York that transplant is, the New Yorker is always more New York.
Hell no. Hell no. I know New Yorkers that don't live here that would come here and fold.
Yeah, man.
And that's what I think New York is. New York's strong. I know New Yorkers. You.
What about me?
Listen,
I know dudes that will come back here that are born and raised in New York that would probably try to live here and fold.
And then fly back to the suburbs.
And then fly back to the suburbs because it's too rough. That's New York.
It's not a good place to live.
Oh, God.
Obviously, I feel that way, Zilla. I don't live there.
I just think that
Zilla just gave me a look like I just said the earth is flat.
No, I'm just saying that you either are a New Yorker or you're not. I don't think that it has various degrees, right? So my argument is the person that's born and raised in New York and moves away is a New Yorker. And the person who moves to New York and spends 2 decades of their life in the city is also a New Yorker. But none is more so than the other.
That's where I disagree.
It's an on-off switch. It's not a dimmer. That's my opinion as a non-New Yorker who has family in New York.
Where?
Is somebody from Manhattan more of a New Yorker than somebody that lives in the outer boroughs?
No. But if you don't live in the city of New York, you are. I mean, you could call yourself a New Yorker, but you're not.
Oh, God.
Don't even start, Neil. You're telling me someone lives in Buffalo, they're a New Yorker?
First off,
you are definitely not a New Yorker. You are not a New Yorker. If you think that someone that lives in Schenectady is a New Yorker and someone from the city is not, stop it. So you know I'm right now. I know that. No. You know I'm right on that one.
Now I'm just trying to start shit. But But your argument on Facebook was total. When I was reading it, I'm like, you are a New Yorker because you were born here. But the guy who spent 20 years here, fucking sleeping on couches and like literally doing whatever, borderline hell, only fans pretty much, whatever it took in order to stay here. That's a New Yorker. Not the kid running around with the tricycle or something that got it easy. The guy that has zero in the bank account but still made it work somehow.
Even if I gave you, okay, Neil, you're a New Yorker. Even if I said that, and I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not looking for it from you.
Even if I said that, you're still not as much of a New Yorker as someone who grew up in Brooklyn.
Get out of here. Get out of here, dude.
I mean, could we potentially say that being a New Yorker is an experience and not necessarily just, it's not like, being an American where you're born on the soil and therefore you're endowed with certain rights. Like,
yes, that's exactly what it is.
No.
Okay, so if my old man decided to move to San Diego a couple years later, okay, all right, whatever. It's a very interesting point of view.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I wanted to stir the pot in the thread, but then I was like, I was gonna comment it on every single person. Like, first off, Lucky Lou, you can't fucking talk. First off, Marco Painta, you've never lived in New York. First off, I wanted to just go down the line.
You should do that.
Like, look, now I got time. Now I got time to go through this, and I'm waiting for everyone to write their thread. Write on the thread 90, let it get to 150, and then I'm gonna take my time on Sunday and just start picking them off one by one.
What I found particularly interesting is I made the point to be an asshole and said, "So are we suggesting that Americans that are born in the United States are more American than people that have gone through the process to be naturalized and sworn in as citizens?" And some folks actually said, yes, if you're born here, you're more of an American. And it's like, no, you're not. If you've made the point, as a matter of fact, I would argue that some folks that actually have to take a test to be a citizen in this country probably know a little bit more about, the Constitution and civics, things like that, than...
Look, just because someone isn't as much of an American as someone else doesn't mean they're any less of a human being or an incredible person.
No, but we're talking about we're talking about, is this person, so we're saying that people are born here are using that same logic. Is someone born in the United States more of an American than someone who makes a conscious effort to go through the process? And it's a fucking long process. It's an arduous process that requires time, money, exams, background checks, in order to stand in front of that flag and pledge allegiance to it and, swear loyalty to the Constitution. And we're going to tell folks that come over here that they're less than American than the ones that were just born here because they just happen to have been born here. I take issue with that argument. It doesn't make sense to me.
Why is it bad to be the coolest human being ever from Palestine or wherever, or Lebanon or wherever, and come here and also want to be an American, but they're the coolest person from that place?
Wait, I don't think that these are congruent. I don't see the connection, Justin. What I'm saying is, we're saying that I made the point on your Facebook post, but people are saying, look, you have to be born in New York.
Oh, I know. I was the first one to respond to you. I know.
And if we flip the script on that and say, take the word New Yorker and make it American, does this same argument hold water? And I will argue that it doesn't. And if
look at Irene. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, please jump in.
Irene Fiasco wrote something in the chat. She's like, "Oh my God, I was helping my sister-in-law with her citizenship. She knew more than I did."
Yeah, and that doesn't. Yeah, and I agree. I guarantee you, anyone taking a citizenship test today knows more than I do, 100%. But
But they're still less American based on that same metric.
Yes, because I was
You're
born
more-
here.
Because you were born. No,
I was born here.
nativism. That's the textbook definition of nativism.
What the fuck is nativism? I've never heard that in my life.
That's you.
I would Google it, but I would just see your picture. Nativism would just kind of it is a political concept. What? It's a political concept.
Your sister cracks me up as much as anyone on the planet, probably. Oh God. That's
you
funny.
know, he would probably agree. Actually, Dad would definitely agree. That's the thing.
So sorry, go ahead, Zilla.
It's all good. The only thing I'll end it at this. The idea of nativism is exactly that. It's thinking that folks that are born here have a slightly or greatly more superior position within culture than people that have come here. And I would argue that immigrants are the people that make this country great. Thank you. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
So what do we think about that verdict yesterday?
Oh God.
What verdict?
What?
No.
Well, I would like to think that we can have this conversation with, everyone watching and everyone listening. And I'd be very surprised if anybody that is in this chat right now has an opinion other than great, but I was talking to Zilla. There's Facebook people I'm friends with that were like, this is a joke. This is how absurd is this? Is this real life? This is so ridiculous. I can't, people are like,
oh, we're talking
flabbergasted.
About the
yeah. People are flabbergasted that the guy was found guilty, which I don't know what to do, with these people. This is the post I wrote yesterday, another post. It was a big week on Facebook for me because that's what the old people do. So
you're punching your keys.
One finger at a time.
Like this. So, on my Android. No, I'm kidding. So I wrote, after reading through my timeline today, I may have to delete Facebook, at least a purge of some idiots. And then I said, I don't care if he shot someone in the head in broad daylight. After he was handcuffed, laying prone on the ground, there was no excuse for what happened next. Now, I'm sure people disagree with what I said. No one said anything. But if you're a police officer, this is your job. This isn't personal. This is what you're trained to do. You're a soldier. You're trained to do this. Once the person is no longer a threat to anyone, what are you doing? If this was a personal thing, someone beat up your mom, and you're going to kill the guy, yeah, I understand why you're doing it. But this is not personal. This is transactional. This is what the guy's job is. How could that not be guilty? I don't know. It threw me for a loop. I saw some Facebook posts, and it was, I'm going to try to find one as we start to discuss this. But wow, this guy, I think I might delete.
You should you should share the screen, and we'll start picking them off one by one.
Or we'll just start rating their individual. We'll just start hitting them up in their instant messenger and just bombard.
I don't really want to do that. I'll tell you what it says.
I would never do that.
I would if I didn't have some real connections with mutual friends. I would 100%. I don't even know this person, but I'm friends with him. And it was, wow, all 3 counts guilty. What a hilarious joke. And then the comments start out, that was hard to watch. Agreed. There will be an appeal. Yes, it is.
So
and
wait, that was harder to watch than a guy sitting on another guy's neck for 9 minutes? That was hard to watch? Interesting.
Right. So then the next person is like, watch the video. How is that not an intentional homicide? Normal human being. And then it's, watch the entire court case. This was not intentional. Blah, blah, blah. And the one comment that got me, I hope it's still here because I'm sure a lot of people took their shit down. Oh, I feel so sorry for this officer. I know he was wrong of some things, but not what he was found guilty of. This verdict and trial was all political. Sacrificial lamb.
Whatever.
The next guy was fuck Derek Chauvin. I hope someone steps on his neck in prison. I'm okay with that. Okay. Oh, here, this is the one. Was he guilty? Hell yes. But definitely not to this extent of the charges. Yes, he deserves prison time and probably a life of being shunned by society. Like, that's your punishment? You kill someone and your punishment is getting shunned by society? Like, that's okay? Like, what is wrong with people?
I feel like you need to write something on your Facebook on stream and stream your reactions to each comment.
Like, I wanted to put the post, the GIF or the little video clip of the end of Billy Madison when they have the mental decathlon, and the guy at the end says, "We are all dumber for listening to the words that just came out of your mouth." And I don't remember the exact word. That's what I felt like putting that up there. But then I was like, it's not worth my time because I'll be up till 2:00 in the morning fighting people. This is the same person. Dude also had a drugstore in his veins and probably wasn't long for the world either. Chauvin.
Sorry, go ahead.
Chauvin is guilty, but all three? No. That's because of a threat from a lady who loves power and a president who is incompetent and being told what to say and do. Wow. What is wrong with people?
Who do you hang out with? How do they?
I don't know. I think I got to get rid of these people. Oh, here, I can keep going. He's innocent. Okay.
Not according to a jury of his peers.
I still support the blue. Like, what?
Yeah, okay.
I can't even believe this. He did nothing wrong. That was the post. He did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. If you do not indulge in criminalistic activities, you most likely will not have confrontations with law enforcement.
Say that again.
Wow.
If you do not indulge in criminalistic activities, I don't know if that's a word, you most likely will not have confrontations with law enforcement. Secondly, if you do have law enforcement interactions and you comply, then you will most likely have an uneventful trip to the precinct and the suits will handle it from there.
The way that you're reading it makes me believe that that's exactly how the person that wrote it would say it.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm a good actor.
Let me. I'm Claudia's asking if I'm feeling okay, and it's just because I'm choosing my words very carefully. Also, trying not to pop off in a fit of rage. Look, I don't know what planet it is. Okay, George Floyd might have been hopped up on a meth lab. That doesn't give us the right to kill people. Like, we don't kill innocent people. We don't kill guilty people. We have a court system to adjudicate these charges. The same, you know what? This police officer actually got the benefit of a trial, and that's something that he took away from George Floyd. George Floyd didn't get the benefit of being charged and sitting in front of a jury of his peers and, you know, having a prosecution and a defense and then having a consensus come up to what his punishment should be, if any. That gentleman, and I use that term lightly, but unfortunately, this person became judge, jury, and executioner. And that type of extrajudicial vigilante, that is not our system. This is not how it's supposed to work. And any other argument against that doesn't work for me. It just doesn't fly, period. That's it. I said it, and I'm done.
Agreed.
The funny thing is, this is me reading. This is not me starting a sentence that way. The funny thing is that both Derek Chauvin and George Floyd are propagandistic. Is that a word? Propagandistic characters in a made-up narrative that isn't real. Floyd probably never died, and Chauvin probably isn't in jail. It's all part of the show. It's just to fuck with people's minds and cause more demoralization and destruction to America, whichever opinion you have.
So that person that wrote that probably believes that they are getting their information from Q. Believes that Donald Trump is still the president from Mar-a-Lago, you know, and that the military is actually in control of the government with Donald Trump. And look, you can't fix stupid, bro. Like, I'm sorry. And I don't know these folks, and I'm not trying to say that to be insulting to anybody that I haven't known. But when you just say stuff like that, you're just showing your ass.
Yeah, I hate this guy. Should I unfriend him or should I keep him around just to see what's going on? And I don't know him, so he's not my friend. I couldn't tell you who he is.
Keep him around just to keep him in check. I will say this, guys. You know, I'm old enough to remember 1992 here in Southern California. I remember exactly where I was when the Rodney King verdict was announced 30 years ago.
Yep.
Guys, it's frustrating that we live in a society where somebody can take a beat down from cops on tape and be acquitted. And that's a real thing that people have had to live with. I don't know. I can't speak intelligently on the journey of what Black Americans have had to endure in this country. That's not for me to speak on their behalf. That's their story. But from an outsider looking in, I'll tell you this, I wouldn't want to do it. And that should be enough right there. It's like, you know, that if you want if somebody asks you and says, I would like to find the person that says, you know, like, we have this high school in suburban, lighter city, or we're, to Lincoln or Jefferson High School, because you know that the Lincoln or Jefferson high schools in most communities are predominantly ethnic. It's just the way it is. I don't know why. Most parents will be like, yeah, I'm going to send my kid to suburban school, which is better funded, better teachers, better resources, better everything. I don't know the Black experience in America, but like I said before, I wouldn't want to do it because, and I'm not saying I wouldn't want to do it because it's not good. What I'm saying is that it hasn't been good to them. And I can see that from an outsider. So, Neil, you're our ethnic minority on this show. Please. Help me out here. What the fuck, bro?
I don't know, man.
We're not that far apart in age, Neil. Like, you remember.
I remember Rodney King. I remember that whole.
How'd that make you feel to know that somebody took a beat down on camera and everybody just turned a blind eye to that? I'll narrow down the question even more. As a young Black man in America, do you feel that you would ever get justice?
I think growing up where I grew up at and doing, seeing a lot of this stuff happen, that was just one of many things that that have just got, national coverage, but that ain't nothing new.
Right.
So I don't know. I feel like my opinions are kind of, my opinion on this is kind of weird. I was actually having a conversation with somebody, and they were like, "We're gonna get him. He's gonna be taken down. This and that." The cop that was found guilty, and I was like, honestly, I'm not really expecting much. And that's just where I'm at, and I've been there. So to see it, it's great. It's great. Finally, we won one.
Right.
And
isn't that a fucked up sentiment though? That after all of these years, you have to have a collective exhale and say, finally?
Yeah.
Right?
But I wasn't expecting it. But yeah, it sucks to say finally. But I mean, George Floyd was one of many, and I'm not taking anything away from it. It's a sad story. It is a sad outcome. It's just sad all around. But even during quarantine, there was another kid that was jogging.
Yeah,
what happened to him? What happened to all and I'm just glad that we won one, but there are so many more.
Absolutely.
And so I don't know. I mean, I was already under the impression that it wasn't gonna stick with this one. I'm actually surprised. And Sacrificial Lamb, probably, but people that I've talked to, and then interviews that I've heard from other people in law enforcement, they don't want to stick it to cops. They can't, because then
they deter cops from trying to be cops.
Exactly.
And we need them.
And not only that, it's then the questions start to happen from all the things in the past, like, well, what about these? So that's why I'm like, I didn't really expect much, but I'm glad we won one.
I give it 12% odds he makes it to sentencing.
Oh, I think he'll last longer than that. That he will never make it. He will never see the inside of Gen Pop.
No, he won't.
Well, no, but I just think I think that a guard, a cop, somebody is going to leave a little razor blade in his cell, and they're going to look out for him and let him take care of it before he ever gets close to sentencing.
I don't know. I mean,
if he ever makes it inside, someone's getting to him. Yeah, he's not going to be in Gen Pop, but this is one that he's going to go, I think. Whether a white or not white, whether an officer is going to take pity on him and help him, or someone's going to get that trophy.
I mean, ultimately, it's wrong on so many levels. And I think it's, this isn't about George Floyd and what is his first name? Derek Chauvin. Mm-hmm. This isn't about them, but it's become about them. And I'm not the kind to throw around the word systematic, because I think that's been, it's become so overused that it's become like wallpaper. You hear it, and you're like, well, what does that mean? But there really are flaws in the system. The system isn't designed the system hasn't been designed to facilitate justice. We have people out on the streets that are administering justice, and that's not really what their job should be. As peace officers, and again, I've never worn the uniform, I've never put on a badge. These are just my opinions, and I'm not being disrespectful to the people that do. I actually hold them in such high regard that I expect them and want them to do better. That's, so don't for a minute think that I'm sitting here and I'm like, the cops. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying let's give them the power, the resources, the education, the training. I'm sorry, but if my friend who's a hairstylist has to go to like 300 hours of training to get her license to cut hair, but you require 60 hours of training to put on a badge and be a peace officer, there is a flaw in the system.
Yeah.
So let's look at the system. Like, let's take the individuals out of the context. Let's look at the system and have honest, hard, painful discussions about how to make it better. Because until we do that and we just keep doing this, it's your fault and he should have died and he had meth and blah, blah, blah. We're not going to make this any better. We're not. There's no accountability. It's all deniability. It's bullshit. And of course, there are more good cops and there are bad cops, and they're not all bad apples. But Claudia, in that same breath, all it takes is one bad apple to spoil a bunch. And there is a mindset of the thin blue line where cops protect one another. That's not just something for HBO. Like, it happens.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't happen. Like, let's just, there's, when you swear an oath, that's to the Constitution and the people that you serve. And if your partner's a dirtbag, your partner shouldn't be a cop. Period.
So you're going to run for mayor?
Huh? Oh,
you're going to run for mayor?
Lisa says, Zilla, you need to run for mayor. I would totally follow you. I love the way you think. Nobody would vote for me, dear.
I would.
I don't know. I would.
I could barely get people to show up to this podcast.
I mean, you and I disagree on a lot of things, but I would still vote for you.
Yeah. I agree with everything that you're saying. I would vote for you. Justin ran for mayor. That's a whole different story.
Would you vote for me or de Blasio?
No, I would actually run. I would run for mayor just to be the ringer.
If you had to pick one, me or de Blasio.
I actually don't know anything about de Blasio, to be honest.
Oh, what a piece of shit that guy is. All right, next topic.
Jen is saying she wouldn't vote for me. I just want to point out that my own sister says she wouldn't vote for me.
Yeah, that's expected.
Yeah, totally true.
Neil, big day tomorrow. Big NFT day.
Big NFT day.
Big NFT energy.
We got a little Top Shot drop tomorrow.
Yes,
99
we do.
buckaroos, and I qualified.
Did you qualify?
I did. I went in.
Okay, good.
And
I qualified too.
Because it was so crazy. Like when I got that screenshot, I was like, "What?" I was losing my mind. Obviously, you know me. I lose my mind quite easily. So we should jump on a stream tomorrow.
Yeah.
If any of us get them.
I'm down. I'm totally down.
Zilla, you got to get into Top Shot, bro.
I'm actually I'm just trying to juggle all this shit that I've got going on. And yes, I do.
Dude, it happens like once every 3 weeks. You got 8 minutes of your life every 3 weeks to do this.
And what is it that I'm doing? Explain this to me like I'm 6.
Well, if you were 6, you would understand it because it would make sense to you.
Yeah.
But as a normal, like
Explain it to me like I'm 6.
as someone with a fully formed brain, it doesn't make any sense. So Top Shot has moments. Moments are little video clips that they're numbered, and there's only a certain amount of them that you can buy.
Okay, we talked about this. Okay.
Yes.
Do they just do limited releases every handful of weeks?
Yeah, and last week they announced a big release. But then there was a qualifier. You couldn't even join the drop unless you had 15 moments in your account or had one rare moment or had spent a certain amount of money. Now, I didn't know this was possible, and they didn't even say you can't join this drop unless you have this and allow people to go out and buy shit. They took a snapshot of your account prior to the announcement.
Okay.
So they had a drop for $999, and they eliminated tens of thousands of people from even getting into it.
Smart.
And they were still sold out.
Amazing.
So tomorrow, after that, I went and bought 15 moments. I have one rare moment. I've spent like, I don't know, $250 in the marketplace, not of my money, of Top Shot's money, because I've built up my money in there. Well, I guess it's mine at this point, but you know what I'm saying. So now the one comes up tomorrow. They make the announcement. They go check to see if you're eligible. I check, and it says you need 2 rare moments in your account. You had 0. You need 15 moments in your account. You have 15. You need to have spent $99. You are not eligible. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, well, I have 15 moments. It says it right there. I'm like losing my mind. So then I like go into the Discord and start yelling at people. And the guy's like, yeah, look at the announcements section of Discord. I go in there and it's like, yeah, there was a glitch, and anybody, that did spend $99 and had 50 moments, you will get your access to the pack. So I have access now. And then our friend Matt Mira had
to have access to buy more things. So you had to buy something. So it's like buying a Ferrari. You can't just like walk into a dealership and say, I want that Ferrari. You have to like own a Ferrari or be referred to buy a Ferrari.
I guess so. Yes, it's like that, I guess.
You have to have an inside lane.
Yeah.
So big day tomorrow. Hopefully we get him.
And
I also have I have a secondary account with someone that I'm friends with that is also trying to get me. I have 2 chances at it.
Dude,
I will just say he goes by EDB.
Oh.
Oh God, I already know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what basketball is. Never mind. Top Shot. I'm like, yo, you got to sign up for this.
On the Xbox Network, I'll tell you that. He's my friend.
He's like, how do I sign up? I'm like, come on, man. You know how to sign up. He's like, I don't know how to do this. I'm like, just sign up. If you get in, whatever we get out of that pack, I'll give you 10%. And I'll pay for the whole thing. So that's what we're doing.
Oh God.
So in other words, you hedged your bets. I like your style.
It's not hedging a bet. It's just giving myself more chances at actually winning a spot.
Listen, I know a guy, in terms of contesting, when they were doing interviews or auditions, open calls for The Apprentice in downtown San Diego, he paid a homeless guy. He paid a homeless guy to wait online, for him, and $100. And what he did was he took $100 bill, ripped it in half, and said, here's your half now. If you're still here with my place in line, when I get back tomorrow morning, you get the other half.
So good.
Obviously, I know who this is. I've never heard this story. Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
I know who that is. Yeah, this would be somebody.
And this is also the same person that signed up to drive for Uber and was driving an Uber, a $400,000 Rolls-Royce Phantom around on Uber. Is that right?
Yeah.
Who the hell is this?
Well, we can talk offline.
He might have slept in the room right next door to mine growing up as a kid.
Oh my God.
Neil, if you've never met Nick,
there you go.
He can't come on the show because his employers will not allow it. Although he can come on and talk about other stuff, not finance stuff, right?
Technically, but then again, after every show, I'm like, God, I hope my bosses don't see did I just say something that I might regret? So,
oh man, he is one of my favorite humans ever.
He's all right.
All right, guys. Well, I actually feel great. I feel a lot better than I did when we started, just in case people were wondering. But I am hungry. I had a big lunch. I've raved about these couple pizza places in Phoenix, and you guys make fun of me. I actually ordered from a place today that was basically like a New York style pizza. So not Neapolitan, just a regular New York like slice place, but I got a pie. Very good. Like, I'm not going to say it's better than Joe's. I'm not going to say it's better than like your typical New York slice place, but it was very good. Even my mother, who's here visiting, she got off the plane and the pie was just sitting there when she walked in and she was hungry. So she had it. She was like, wow, this is good. And she lives in New York. She's a New Yorker. Been there 70 years. Well, 67 years. Born and raised and living there still. So she trumps you, Jackson.
Oh, whatever.
Did you just call yourself more of a New Yorker than my mom?
I'm more of a no.
Did you just
Okay.
call
Not than your mom. She stayed. And she really grew up here.
She did.
Not like toddler to
What do you mean?
young adult.
I was 30. I wasn't a young adult. I was 30. Jerk.
At the end of the day, these guys actually like each other. That's funny. That's the best part of this bit.
All right, I'm starving, guys. I am
who are we
hungry
rating?
as hell.
Yeah, guys, I'm hitting the button. We're gonna raid Chachi. I just hit the button. We're gonna raid in a certain amount of time. We're gonna click the button that says goodbye to all of you. So we
appreciate you all for being here. See you next Wednesday at 6 p.m.
what he said.
Follow, subscribe.
We will see you guys next week. Thank you for showing up and participating and being good humans.
And listening to me vent.
Yeah, that too. All right. Bye, guys. Did I just do the Isaac from Love Boat?
Jesus.
All right, guys. See you next week.